Good morning, everybody. Tuesday was a down session overall for the stock market, as everyone knows, but overall, if we really have to psychoanalyze it, it wasn't that bad. Granted, volume was higher than the day before, but as you can see here, it was clearly well below average. It wasn't anywhere near average. So overall, it seemed like a pretty normal pullback to me. And we didn't exactly end at the low of the day on the session and all the indexes, so I can't say that it was that bad. But still, distribution day is distribution day. They're adding up, but it was nothing major, volume being below average, so that is good to see. And you can see the S&P 500 also down only 1%, still trending above its 50-day moving average. The Dow Jones Industrial Average still trending above its 50-day moving average. And the Russell 2000 actually did very well and closed off the lows of the session quite decently, a little bit stronger than the rest of the indexes. But overall, as you can see, we're still just biding our time moving sideways. So we're still trapped in between the May highs and right now the June lows. So right now we're just, biding our time till we break up or break down. There's reasons to be bullish with all the consolidation patterns out there. Biotechs are still hot. Plenty of accumulation in leading stocks. Very few stocks are breaking down. Our longs are holding up. The bearish argument is that interest rates are rising across the board, and especially in other countries. The home builders, which were leading, are starting to break down, and the market's acting funny with distribution days starting to pile up. So overall, that leaves us with a neutral condition. So until we break down below the 50-day moving average, or until we break above the highs, and really we don't need to break out to new highs. So like here with the Nasdaq, that downtrend line, we break above that downtrend line on very strong volume. That's good enough. That's going to get me pretty bullish on the overall tape. Now, outside of that, we have no new longs, no new shorts. There wasn't even anything even remotely interesting at all in my scans on Tuesday. Long side or short side, I saw nothing. And with nothing interesting me, there is really nothing to talk about. And at the same end, I had no covers or partial covers. I had no full sells and only one partial sell. So we'll go over that one stock, and that is GNMK. GNMK broke below the 50-day moving average on huge volume. I want to forget about the reason why. I don't even want to bring it up. I want to pretend like we're on a desert island, which I am living on Maui, but I want to pretend like everybody's on a desert island. This is all you get, price and volume. Even ignore that bottom pane. You don't even get to see that. Except for the relative strength line, the white line, you can see that. So you can see that relative strength-wise, it's been weakening. However, since this thing sold all the way off to the 200-day moving average, found support around the 200-day moving average, and came all the way back with the 50-day moving average, it technically has some big support here. So it's not a 100% sell. And another reason why it's also not a 100% sell is because from where we went long to now, we still have over a 50% gain. So to leave here now with only a 50% gain, and then let's say this stock does find support here, if these are the ultimate lows and GNMK is only going to double from 13 to 26 here, I'd feel like an asshole if I sold it all. So instead, it's going to be a clear 50% sell with a very heavy clear break below the 50-day moving average, and also it's closing below the 14 level here, which was the previous closing low. 1384 was the open of the next day. Closing below that at 1317, that's a clear sell, but it's not 25, it's got to be 50% because of the huge volume and the huge break below the 50. But once again, that huge intraday support and then rally, that's good enough reason to go ahead and hold to give it a few more days. However, let's say it has another sell-off, and especially if the market's up tomorrow, but this thing's down, let's say another 5% or even especially 10%, it is a 100% full sell. And if it would not have had this intraday support, and if it would have closed at the lower end of the intraday range, which is below the midpoint, obviously, of the intraday range, it would have been a 100% sell. But as it is, it's 50%. But that's it. Have a great Wednesday, everyone.